Is it just me? Are we in a generation of instant gratification? So many people swipe left, swipe right, based off a tiny bit of information. But today I want to go over what are the signs of emotional intelligence in your relationship. And we're going to examine it from the viewpoint of a few of our Love is Blind couples. We're going to focus on Zack and Bliss because I feel like they have the foundation for what is needed when it comes to emotional intelligence. So sit back. Welcome back. I'm Denise Brady, and so we're going to look at couples and emotional intelligence. This might give you some insight about your own relationship. So if you don't already, make sure you got a notebook, something you can take some notes, because you don't pick up some of these gems and take them back to your own relationship, your own friendships, maybe even some relationships with your family. So let's talk about the foundation of emotional intelligence. Now, do you already know emotional intelligence? Do you have it in your relationship? Maybe you don't realize it's missing because you're focused on physical aspects. But what about holding space? What about being empathetic? What about being self-motivated? Are those aspects you have in your relationship? Is there integrity? Can you count on this person to be with you in those really tough moments of life, just like you can count on them to be in those moments of really fun times in life? And so looking at it from the viewpoint of Zack and Bliss, we see them really develop the foundation of emotional intelligence, understanding each other, hearing one another, communicating. And I think another big thing is that they are both comfortable in who they are. That's a key to success in a relationship, is communication, knowing who you are as a person, being able to sometimes step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and foster a better relationship with your partner. When is the last time you were able to take a step back and think about, am I pouring into them as much as they're pouring into me? Do I communicate effectively? Or am I expecting my partner to be able to read my mind? Because just as much as we want them to read our minds, they cannot. Okay, so we have to look at, how do I better effectively communicate? Is my partner self-aware? I think Zack and Bliss are very self-aware of who they are. You see it oftentimes when Bliss is interacting with her father. She knows who she is as a person. She does not let her father change her mind. Even on the reunion, I think when she was approached with very difficult conversations, questions about Micah and some of the other cast members, she held firm in an appropriate way. She communicated well. She knows who she is as a person. And sometimes we don't know who we are as people, so we expect our partners to tell us who we are. And that's how people get lost in relationships, is because they are expecting their partner to provide what is missing from them. You cannot find what is missing in you through another person. Let me tell you that right now. Let me say it again. You cannot find what is missing in you through another person. You have to really work on yourself. And so we have two very emotionally mature people, Zack and Bliss, navigating a relationship through TV, hours of filming, hours of being in pods, through family, career, and real life. They are able to navigate these things because I think that they sit down and they communicate. They listen, not always with their ears, but also with the brain. Because sometimes we hear things, but we're not really listening. Sometimes we go into conversations defensive, already with the answers, already ready to fight. That it blocks us from really understanding what the other person in our relationship is saying. So, do you go into arguments or conversations with an agenda? Your own agenda. Are you open to hearing what your partner is trying to communicate to you? Ask yourself. And another thing is, how often do you check in? Do you and your partner have check-ins? I encourage all my couples, even my individual clients who are in relationships, to sit down and have weekly conversations. No kids, no TV, no phones, just you sitting across from your partner and discussing, where are we at? How do you think things are going? What do you need from me? What do I need from you? That is a very vulnerable conversation to ask your partner, what is it you need from me? And I'm pretty sure that Zack and Bliss have had very vulnerable conversations where they hear one another, reflect. And sometimes those conversations can be very hard because you have to realize that you messed up sometimes. Nobody wants to hear when they messed up and then negatively impacted their partner. But in order for us to grow, we have to have those tougher conversations. And not everyone is in a place to grow. Not everyone is ready to step out of their own shoes and get a different perspective. Some people are so caught up in being right. And if you want a long-term relationship, you have to let go of fighting to be right. It's not worth it. Sometimes you have to sit in being wrong. Sometimes you know you right, but you like, I'm gonna let it go because it ain't worth the passive aggressiveness. It ain't worth the body language. It ain't worth me ruining this weekend. Ask yourself, is it really worth you winning that fight in order to lose the rest of the weekend? Lose the rest of the day because you know your partner is going to be upset? Is it really worth it? So, what do you bring to the table when it comes to emotional intimacy? Do you feel like you can be emotionally naked with your partner? I think Zack knew instantly he made a mistake because Irina showed so many times that she is not emotionally mature. I really think she came on this show for TV. I really do. She is not. Some of these people are not just like, they're not all there when it comes to being in a relationship. They don't know what it really looks like to give yourself to a relationship, not to the point that you're sacrificing yourself. And I think there is a difference. I mean, giving yourself to the relationship where you're just like, I'm putting in so much because I want it to work. I want to grow. I went into this with intention. Not everybody's ready for that. Some people are just ready for just call me a girlfriend. Just call me a boyfriend. Can we just put a label on it? Just show me you love me. Just show me my worth. Show me my value. But you gotta think and you gotta look past that. You have to focus on the deeper aspects of a relationship, the emotional intelligence. Stop focusing so much on physical, sexual, titles, materialism, because all that stuff can go away. Your partner can be incapacitated. They can lose their job. Their bodies can change where they might not be as, able to do more intimate things that they were. As we get older, we have kids, our bodies change. You're not going to be able to do the same thing you did when you were like 22, when you 45. And I'm just keeping it real. So think about emotional intelligence. Do you need more of it in your relationship? Do you look at Zack and Bliss and see things that you want to add to your own relationship? What values do you see in them as a couple that might be missing? So let's go over it one more time, because I know some of y'all need to be taking some notes. So when it comes to the 7 signs of emotional intelligence, are they self-aware? Are they empathetic? Are they present and focused? Are they on their phones when they're with you? Are they thinking about work? Are they working during your date? Are they working during your quality time? Okay. Do they have strong interpersonal skills? Are they self-motivated? Are they receptive to feedback? Is it sometimes hard for you to talk to your partner because they're not receptive to feedback? They defense up. And what kind of integrity does your partner have? And also, as we're thinking about your partner, do you have these things? Are you mirroring these things in your relationship? Now, if you want to hear more about emotional intelligence, let me know in the comments. What are your thoughts? Like this video, and I'll see you next time.